Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Josh here. Thanks for tuning in again. Today we're going to be giving you an update on 2020 real estate market and what we've seen. Now, I'm a real estate agent here on the Central Coast of California, so I'm going to give you some updates as far as what I'm seeing in my county, a little bit in the Santa Barbara County as well, and to give you a little bit of feedback on what has happened for buyers and sellers both. We're going to look at statistics, and then we're going to also look at just some evidence that I've had talking to agents and experiencing working with buyers and sellers. So make sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment, ask a question if you've got one. I appreciate your feedback and interaction. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so 2020 has been a very strange year. I think all of us can agree. Some industries have done pretty well. Some industries really have suffered. For instance, the restaurant industry has had some challenges, but they've overcome some of those with delivery. You're looking at the airline industries, they've had some troubles. Other industries, though, have done pretty well. You know, Amazon has done surprisingly well. But real estate has been an interesting one. You know, when we were first looking at this situation with the pandemic and everything that was going on, we anticipated some real issues in the real estate market. One, just the reality of entering people's homes, taking the necessary safety precautions with sanitation and whatnot. But we're also looking at, you know, the job losses from what's going on and what that might do to mortgages. And we've also looked at the mortgages and how they have decreased in the rates. So money is more free, but people have lost jobs. Some people have gotten different jobs. They've had to adapt. So there's been a lot going on. And I made a little update here back in the first part of this year. Now I want to give you my feedback and what we've seen an update here now that we are in October, almost into November. So first we're going to take a look at the statistics, the numbers, then we're going to go ahead and take a look at, like I said, what I've experienced out there in the field. So big picture, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here we are in InfoSparks, which is a service that I have access to as a real estate agent, which gives us some really important numbers that we can take a look at. So we're going to take a look at single family homes here in the county. And now, as you can see here, the median sales price has increased steadily over the last few years. But we're going to take a look at something a little bit closer. We're going to take a look at a 3-year chart. And specifically, we're going to compare the last 3 years for what we've seen here in 2020. So as far as the basics, we're going to look at the supply and demand, and then we're going to look at how that has been influencing price. So right now, we're going to take a look at closed sales. We've actually seen an increase in closed sales from 2018 to 2019. So the top would usually be in August. So let's see, August of 2018, we saw 313 single-family homes that closed, and in October or in August of 2019, 297. And then we look here in August of 2020, we've seen 352. So we have seen an increase in the closed sales. But what's interesting is that when we take a look at the monthly supply, we're going to see that the monthly supply, the active listings on the market right now, is down quite a bit. So if we took a look at, let's say, September of 2018, we had 4 months of month supply. And in last year, we had 4 months as well. This year, we're taking a look at 2.4, so almost half of what we were looking at before as far as the inventory. So this basically means that we do not have that much inventory. There's more buyers than there are sellers. Taking a look at the active listings, we see here that there's been a big dip. In August of 2020, 652 active listings for our county. And August we had 1,000. 2018, we had 1,130. So we've really seen a big dip in the active listings. So the inventory really has been tightened up. But what we're looking at, which is really interesting, is we're seeing the mortgage rates are really low, right? So they're historically low, and they've been that way for a long time. So people are refinancing. The people that are out there looking, who do have jobs or do have the money to buy a home, they're willing to pay a premium. So we're looking here at the median percent of the list price versus the sale price. So you're looking here that what people are asking for, right, the sellers, they're getting it. So what that means is that with the less inventory, you're seeing that people are willing to spend the most to get the home. And we look here, price per square foot has increased pretty steadily over the last few years, and we really hit a peak in May of 2020 of 384. Sales price, we've seen that increase, and that's in a big part due to the reduction of inventory. So what does that mean? What am I seeing? So when I'm working with clients out there, either buyers or sellers, I'm seeing that any property that comes up on the market that's well priced goes pretty quick, and generally it has multiple offers on it. I've been working with quite a few sellers, quite a few buyers, and if you are a buyer, you really need to be prepared to have your offer be competitive. So we're dealing with a lot of cash buyers, we're dealing with a lot of people who have a lot of down payment. There has been a decrease in the number of buyers out there, so people have lost their jobs. I have worked with clients who have unfortunately been furloughed. They've gotten the job back, but they're not in a position to purchase, although last year they were. So the people who are out there who are looking to purchase generally are pretty well qualified. So if you are looking to purchase a home, keep that in mind. Also, something a little bit that I've noticed too is that in the entry-level price of homes, especially single-family homes, not so much condos, those are really a hot commodity. So in the North County, particularly Atascadero area, anything in the $400,000 to $500,000 range, even up to $550,000, really is going to be a hot commodity. So you need to be aware of that if you are a buyer. Get everything pre-qualified. Now, if you're a seller, what I've noticed, currently I just closed four escrows last week, and 3 of those were off market. So being able to find off-market properties is really important now, more so than it has been before, just because that inventory has been really tight. So in conclusion, what I've really been seeing here is somewhat of a surprise. I didn't anticipate this as much. I was thinking there was going to be a flood of inventory because a lot of people were losing their jobs. But here in California, especially on the Central Coast, because we have a lot of industries that are somewhat isolated, they're not totally reliant on 1 or 2 industries here. It seems like people have mostly maintained their job status. And we have a lot of people who are coming in from out of the area. That's one other thing that I've noticed. A lot of people are moving from the big city, and they're moving into this area because we're a little bit more rural. And so people in the city have realized that that's not quite as nice of a place, or maybe they were thinking about moving previously, and this whole experience has made them move forward in that direction a bit faster. So they're coming with large down payments, with cash, and maybe they were thinking about retiring here, and now they are retiring here, and they're making the move sooner than maybe they thought. So we're seeing a lot of well-qualified buyers, and if the home is priced well, then we're seeing a lot of action and a lot of offers and a lot of interest. I'm going to make a video here talking about the investment side and what I've seen in California, and some movement in that, and some strategies that you might want to employ if you are looking to get into investment real estate or sell some of your investment real estate. But I just want to give you that update. It's really been an interesting year, and if you are out there looking for properties, or if you are selling, It definitely has its uniqueness to it, so be prepared for that. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Be happy to answer them, whether or not you want to work with me as your agent. Happy to give you some insight in what I've experienced talking to other agents, experienced myself working with buyers and sellers, and then some of the statistics that I've seen so that you're really well prepared if you're selling or buying. So make sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment, what you've seen, what you anticipate happening in the future. I think that we're gonna be headed in this direction for a little while. We are reaching into the fall and winter time, which means inventory is gonna shrink even more. But generally there are not as many buyers out there. Spring, summertime is generally the buying and selling season here on the Central Coast. So we might see a little bit of a lag, a little bit of a slowdown here, but then I think it'll pick up next year back to where it was. At least that's what I hope. I hope we can get back to a level of normalcy. I think we all do. Hope you all have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.